Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Devs Talk. Learners, we have started a Python developer training course. And this video is just a recording of one of the session of this particular course. If you also want to be trained as a Python developer, just let me know in the comment. I will add you to the group. Okay, so without any delay, let's get started with the session. Okay, so far what we have seen is we have how we can define a list is an ordered sequence of elements. And what are those elements? We can store any data type as an element in a list, and the convention is we use a square bracket in a list. Okay, so this is all about list, the basics of list. Now to initiate or to make an empty list, you can do like this. These are the two ways to initialize or to make an empty list. Now to add an element one by one, you can use a function called append function. Okay, but if you want to add more than one item at a time in a list, so which function you will use? You will use extend function. And but extend function, what it do is it takes the list of different number of elements. So we have this L, right? We have this L and we have 4 elements here. We want to add all these 4 elements in list L2. What I will do, I will say L2 dot extend, and I will pass that list of all those elements L here in the extend function. Now all these elements will get added in list L2. I'm just printing the list L2. See, all those elements got added to the list L2. So these are two ways to add elements. One way is to add one at a time. The another way is adding multiple elements at a time. The extend function, what it will do now, whatever iterable you pass. Suppose you passed a list, which is basically an iterable, and in same way you passed this a string. So it will not add this string as an element. What it will do, it will iterate. So if you are passing an iterable, I have already told you what an iterable is, right? Iterable is something or some data type in Python in which the interpreter of Python can go one by one through each element and fetch each element one by one. So a string is also an iterable. Okay, like we have list as an iterable. Okay, so in when we passed list, it was showing all these elements. Now when we passed this string, it is not appending this complete string. What it is doing is it is getting all the elements, the characters of this string one by one and adding it one by one. If you see, all elements are added one by one. But if you pass a number, an integer, okay, see, it gave an error, right? What it is saying? Integer object is not iterable. That's what I said, right? It will, this extend function will only take iterable. And what an iterable is? A data type or something which can be iterated upon. I mean each of the element of that iterable can be fetched one by one. So we have several elements in this list and we can get these elements one by one from this list. So this list is an iterable. In same way, this string Fuzail contains character FUZAIL. All these characters can be fetched one by one. So this is also an iterable. So string, list or any other data type which are iterable, if you pass it in this extend function, it will add it will add all the elements of that iterable one by one in the list. Okay, any doubt?
No, got it.
Okay, so you have to make sure that whatever you are passing in extend function, it should be an iterable. Okay, so these are two functions to add elements, right? So as I told you that we have positioning also in the iterables, like we had in string the index values for each of the position of element. In same way, in the list we have index values for each of the position. So for hello we have an index or position number 0, you can say. In same way for 12 the index number is 1. In same way for true we have index number 2, and same way then we have index number 3 for high. Okay, so these are the position number. Okay, index number you can say. So what we call all these positioning number are indices. Okay, so if you want to get one element from a list, what you will do, you will say list, let's say we have list L, we'll say list L, then we'll pass a square bracket, and then we can just pass the index value or the position value of the element which we want to get. So if I pass the value 0, it will print, I print that result of L0. L0, what it basically means? L0 means get me the 0th element, get me the element at 0th index of L list. Okay, now if I print this, oh, we have to delete this, right? Just for your understanding, I did that because you know that's not a convention to write in Python. So that was, it was showing an error. Let's see. So 0th element, what it printed? It printed as hello, which is the first element of list. Okay, so this is the way, using the index you can fetch single element from list. Okay, if you know the index, you can easily get an element out of the list. Clear hai?
Yes, sir.
As I told, this list can store any type of data, any data type. ठीक है, एनी डेटा टाइप. तो लिस्ट भी तो एक डेटा टाइप है ना, जैसे मैंने बताया लिस्ट भी तो डेटा टाइप है. तो लिस्ट के अंदर भी हम लिस्ट को स्टोर कर सकते हैं. लेट मी शो यू. ये सारे एलिमेंट्स को हमने स्टोर किया था. नाउ व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज आई एम स्टोरिंग अ लिस्ट एज वेल, एंड इन दैट लिस्ट आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग हाई, देन also a number 3, and then a float number 7.8. Now if I print this L1 is already being printed, right? No, L2 is being printed. Let me print L1. L, sorry, yeah, it's L. See, all the elements including the list, which is also an element of the list, L, is being printed. So any type of data a list can store, even list as well. A list can contain a list as an element, a tuple as an element, a set as an element. Okay, so any type of data we can store in a list. That tuple, we can't remove element in tuple once it get defined. जैसे ही आपने एक बार ट्यूपल डिफाइन कर दिया, फिर आप उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. म्यूटेबल और इम्यूटेबल का मतलब ही यही है. इम्यूटेबल कांट बी चेंज्ड. ओके, ठीक है. म्यूटेबल कैन चेंज. अब चेंज का मतलब क्या है? कैन ऐड और रिमूव एलिमेंट्स. सिंपल. इसी का रिवर्स यहाँ हो जाएगा कि हम ऐड भी नहीं कर सकते और रिमूव भी नहीं कर सकते एलिमेंट को. सो यहाँ पर आप देखें अगर, तो यहाँ पर आ जाएगा आपका एग्जाम्पल ट्यूपल, विच इज immutable, and list is mutable. So this question comes in every interview. Whenever someone goes to give an interview as a Python developer, the interviewer will ask you anyway this question: what is the difference between list and tuple? The memory of tuple is fixed. Once it get defined, it can't be changed. No element can be added, no element can be removed. List, it's a dynamic one where the memory is not fixed. Any element can be added or removed. okay, and that is what we say mutable. If we can add and remove, it is mutable, and if we can't add and remove, it is immutable. Okay, so I am just making all these as a comment. So I already have told you how to make the lines as comment in Python. Just add hash. So अब ये error नहीं देगा हमें. These are all comments now. ठीक है, मैं लिस्ट के लिए भी लिख देता हूँ यहाँ पे. लिस्ट इज एन ऑर्डर्ड, सबसे पहले सबसे बेसिक जो ज़रूरी चीज़ है लिस्ट के लिए वो ऑर्डर्ड सीक्वेंस है. ठीक है ना, ऑर्डर्ड सीक्वेंस ऑफ एलिमेंट्स और आइटम्स यू कैन से. ठीक है. नाउ इफ वी वांट टू make it as a comment in Python, just add hash at the start. It will become comment and it will not show you an error. Okay, so far we have seen what exactly a list is, how it is different from other data types like tuple. It is mutable, but tuple is immutable. We can add and remove elements from list, and then comes the another function. We have seen how to add, okay, but we haven't seen how to remove. So to remove an element from list, we have two functions which are very important and very useful. We have one function called pop. Okay, let me add comment here also so that you could easily recall. Initialize. Yeah. Yes.
If you want to add more than two elements in this list, if you want to add more than two elements in the list, how to do that?
Yes, you can use this function extend, right? So what you can do, if you want to add two elements at same time, you first need it to be stored in the list like this. 1 and 2, sorry, these are two elements. Now if I extend L4, let's say it is L4, and if I print L2, right, see, it has added two elements 1 and 2 at the end. Okay, yeah, in this way we can do. Other way is, you so suppose, yeah, so adding, removing and replacing as well, I just missed that, and replace the value. Okay, so now we are seeing how to remove, then we'll see how to replace. Okay, so to remove we have two functions, one is l.pop, another is l.remove. Okay, both the functions are there, but what is the difference? Why we have two functions for the same operation? Let me just explain this. Okay, so the difference is, if you want to remove an element and so to remove an element using remove, you can directly pass that element. So you don't know the index, you know the element which you want to remove, then in that case you can use remove function. Suppose from list L, where we have list, let's say we have this L4, right, let's make L4 more than this. Okay, now suppose we want to remove 5, not 5, let's say 3. Okay, so what you need is, you just need to pass that element which you want to remove. But if you want to remove by index, you don't know the value which you want to remove, you know the index. Suppose you want to remove a value at last, even if you don't pass any index here, it will remove the element from the last. Okay, let me show you. Now after removing, if I print L, X is not in list, Oh, this is L4.
L4 dot
Yeah,
two.
yes. See, we had 1 2 3 4 5. So the what pop did is it removed the last element, which was 5. It removed last element. So if you use pop without any index, without passing any index, it will remove 5, and also this pop function not just remove, it also returns that particular element. If I print, so you can see what exactly it is removing. If I print this, see, it returned 5. So this is the benefit of using pop. If you want to remove something and also use that particular value in somewhere while removing the value, you can just use pop. So it is removing the value from last and also returning that value. And what remove did? Basically remove that particular value which you passed from the list. See, 3 is removed. So but it never returns that value. Remove function never returns that value. Pop function returns the value. So the use is, you haven't passed any index. When you don't pass any index, it basically removes the last element. But if you pass any index, it will remove the element at that particular index. So we have here index of 4 as, what is the index of 4? Tell me.
4.
3.
No, 3.
3. Yes. Don't be confused. Index always starts with 0, not 1. Make sure you learn this. So if we pass the index 3, then 4 will be removed. See, what it did, it didn't remove 5 because we have passed an index. So what it did, it removed the element at index 3, which is 4, and also returned that, right? If you can see here, you got it. You got the functionality of pop and remove. Is it clear?
एक क्वेश्चन था, अगर हम रिमूव फंक्शन में वो वैल्यू पास कर दे जो लिस्ट में प्रेजेंट ही ना हो, then
it will give you an error, like we saw earlier, right? We were printing, we were removing a value from a list which was not having that value, right? So suppose if I pass 6 here, which is not in list L4, right? Let me show you. L4 dot remove 6. Yes. See, list remove x not in list. So x here is basically 6, right? So x not in list means 6 is not in list. Okay.
Okay, good.
And if we have duplicate elements in the list and we want to remove that element, so
then it will remove the first occurrence of the element. So suppose if I have 5 2 times here, okay, 5 2 times, right? And we are removing 5. We are printing L4, right? First the pop.
एक्चुअली जो फर्स्ट रिमूव पॉप से निकल गया और जो सेकंड वो था 5
yes pop ने उसको ये कर दिया. Okay, let me add one more element here. 6. See, we had 2 5 in list, but this remove function only removed the 5 which occurred first. So coming from this side, starting index, it went along and then find this 5, which is basically the first occurrence of the 5 or the value which I passed in remove. So remove function remove the value. If there is a duplicate value in the list, it will remove the first occurrence of that value. Okay, you got it?
And where is the 6?
6 is here, na? So 6 index is 3 and we are passing it in pop, right? So that's why pop is removing 6 and also returning it here, you can see. Clear hai? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the use of pop and remove. Now suppose you want to replace the values 5, this one, okay, you want to replace the value 6 with value 7. What you will do, let's remove the value 4 because we are using this index 3, right? So it will make an issue, and we are using this value 5. So let's use some index which is not in use here. Let's use the index of 4. What will be the index of 4?
Five.
Take it. It will be 5. It's starting with 0. Okay, so now we have list L4. We know the index of the value which we want to replace. We want to replace 4, and 4 is having an index of 5. So we'll say from list L4 get the value at index 5. Now assign, you know this operator is not equal to, this is assignment operator, assign value 7 at this position. And now if I print L4, okay, since we are using these functions, let's comment out. See, we had 4 here, right, at the index 5, but we replaced 4 with a value of 7. So how we can do? Just by using index or position we can replace the value in list. So suppose whatever value you want to replace, just get the index of that value and at that particular value assign a new value. So what I did, I used this assignment operator, right, and I used the index of that particular value. So for 4 we had 5 as an index. So what I said, get list L4, get the element at position 5 and assign the value of 7. Okay, so it replaced the value 4 with 7. Clear hai?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So all these are very important functions related to list, but still list has so many functions which are there in the material which I have shared. So you have to practice all those functions. Okay, I can't cover all those functions here in this session. So I just covered all those important functions which we usually use in problem solving and interviews. Okay, now we will see one important concept in list, which is slicing in list, and also negative indexing. We have seen so far the index, positive index, which starts with 0 from left and goes up to last at right, and negative index we'll see which basically starts from right. So suppose you don't want to get an element from left, you want to get the last element directly. Okay, so how you will get the last element directly? You will use negative index. Okay, I will show you. So here one more concept, like we replaced one single element. In same way we can replace more than one element. So suppose I call the list L4, then I pass index, that is called slicing, right? I will just make you understand about this concept. So suppose you want to change the value from 6 to 4, this 6, 5, 4, all these 3 value you want to replace with some other value. So you get the starting value index. What is the index of the starting value? This 6, it is 3, right? So you will pass here 3 starting index, then you will pass a colon. Okay, now you have to pass the end index plus 1. So you have to replace this 6, 5 and 4. So since 6 has an index of 3, okay, 6 has an index of 3, and then 4, the last element which you want to remove, replace, it has the index of 6, right?
5.
Sorry, yeah, see this one, this 4 will have index 5, okay. So we'll pass get the element from 3 to 5. This is having index 3, this is having index 5. So since we want to replace these, so we'll say get the element from index 3 to 5 and replace all these elements with 9, 8, 7, okay. Now if I print, see it replaced 6, 5, 4 with all these values, okay. Any doubt here?
There is, sir, there is 7 in the output.
Let me print this out again. See, so the 7 was because of this one, this assignment. So consider this list. Now you want to replace from 6 to 4, you get the index which is 3 to 5. So you are saying 3, get the values from 3 to 5 and assign this new value to those index. So it is assigning 9, 8, 7. Okay, yes, I got your point. We are getting this 4, but we want to replace, right? So why this happened? I told at the beginning, right? We have to pass last index plus 1, but we have passed the last index only. So we have to pass 6 here, because I already told na we have to pass last index plus 1, but we passed last index which is 5. Then now if we see we didn't get 4 here. So 9, 8, 7 will be, this 6, 5, 4 will get replaced with 9, 8, 7. Clear hai? So this is this index, last index is nothing but to stop. So it will replace at 5 and stop at 6. You got it? So this is the start index and this is the end index. So for ending we always have to pass 1 plus index, because it has to stop there, okay. So we have to replace 6. So we have written here 3, then we have to replace 5 which is having index 4. So it will this range 3 to 6 will always have this index 4. Then we have to replace at 5, then this range will contain the 5 as well. But since after this we have to stop, we have to replace till 5th index only, not the 6th one. So we have to stop at 6. So we have passed 6 as a stop index. So this is the starting index, this is the stopping index, okay. So this like this you can replace. So to replace single element, you just pass the index of that particular single element. If you want to replace multiple elements at the same time, you can just pass the start and stop. This is what called slicing, okay. This is what we call slicing. So suppose you have this this L4. Okay, now so to slice, what you will do, you will pass this square bracket, then starting index of that part which you want to slice, step, and then end. Okay, this is how you need to pass. Okay, now I am just making it as comment. So then you will get that part. Same way, let's say if we pass in L4, we want to, like as I already have told you, to slice. So suppose I want a list of only these elements. I want to slice this complete list in such a way that I get this a list of only this element, or let's say this element from 3 to 4. Okay, so what I will do, I will pass the starting index. What is the starting index for 3? 2. Okay,
2.
now since we want every element of this part, right, so will not pass, we can just pass one step. So just going from one to another, from 3 to 6, what step it will take? One step, right? But from going 3 to 5, it will take a step 2. First it will go to 6, then it will go to 5, right? So this is what is a step is in the slicing. So since we want to get 3, then 6, then 5, then 4, so we have to get each step element at each step. So we'll pass a step as 1. Now we have to pass the last index. So from 3 to 4, the last index is 5, right? But as I already told, we have to pass it the end, where this will end, will not work at this index, particular index, but we want to get this 4 which is having an index 5. So we will pass 5 plus 1, which is 6, as end index. So end index will always be 1 plus to the last one which you want to work with. Okay, you are getting this? Is it clear, or any doubt you have? Now if I print this, let's comment everything. Okay, now if I print,
सर 1 और 6 को इंटरचेंज कर दिया आपने सर.
oh yes, sorry, this will be end, and thanks for reminding me, this will be step. So if you pass 6 and then if you pass 1, you get these elements from 3 to 4. So this is how the slicing works. You want to get a part of a list, not the complete list. So you have to slice the list. How you will slice? Using the index. The convention is you have to pass the starting index, then the end index, and then the step. Since you want every element, but suppose if you want 3, then you don't want 6, you want 5, then you don't want 4, you want 5, this one, right? So what you will do, from starting to, since we need to get every second element. Here what we did, here we got every element we got, okay, but now we want to get every second element, 3, then 5, then again 5. So you have to pass the start, which is 2, then end will become 7, because we have to include 5 as well, right? So end will become 7, and now the step will become 2. To get every second element, the step will become 2. Now if I print, see, we got 3, then escaping 6 we got 5, then escaping 4 we got 5. Clear hai? Ends in reverse order from last to this, let's say up to 6 we want. Then we have to pass a starting index, which is 6. So we passed 6. We have to end at 6 matlab we have to include 6. So what will be the index of 6 is 3, right? So we have to pass 1 plus 1 minus because we are traversing in reverse direction, right? हम पहले क्या करते इस डायरेक्शन में चल रहे थे इसलिए +1 ले रहे थे, यहाँ पे हमें -1 क्योंकि इंडेक्स इधर उल्टा चल रहा है ना, -1 जाएगा ना. अगर हमें लास्ट लेना है, हमें 3 को 6 को इंक्लूड करना है तो हमें 2 पास करना होगा, 3 - 1 लास्ट -1. सो इसीलिए अगर हम इसको 2 पास करेंगे तब जाकर 6 इंक्लूड होगा ये, ठीक है. सो इफ व्हेन वी आर ट्रैवर्सिंग फ्रॉम लास्ट टू फर्स्ट then it gets reversed. I mean the start will become the starting index of the element at the start of reverse direction, and we have to include the as an end the index of last element plus -1. Okay, we'll say 2, and then since we are traversing in reverse direction with one step, where we have to pass the step as -1. Clear है या doubt है अभी भी?
सर -1 की जगह अगर 1 होगा तो
then let's see what it will print. Okay, see ending. So it will not get those elements because you know we are traversing in reverse direction. If you see from 6 to 2, and we are saying it to move forward in steps. So one here this step basically tell this iterator to move to take steps in which direction. So it shows the direction actually. So the step will be in reverse direction, in the forward direction, but if you pass -1 the step will be in the reverse direction. Okay
सर. सर अगर हमें 0 इंडेक्स भी लेना होगा तो सर
0 index
एंड में -1 डालेंगे.
you mean you have to take all these elements?
यस सर.
Okay, then if suppose if you want to get all the elements you just pass colon, you don't have to pass anything. By default it takes the start and end to print all the elements. Now if I print, it will print all the elements, see. So you just have to pass the colon, the start and end it will automatically take. Okay,
Sir, but if we print complete list in a reverse order.
in reverse order. Okay, so same way as I said, right? So to tell the iterator that he has to go in the reverse direction, and we need each element. So for start and end we are not passing anything, as I said. Then for a step we have to pass -1. Now see, the complete list will be reversed. Check, the complete list is reversed. Okay, you got it?
Got it.
ओके.
So this step is nothing but showing the direction of a step. So if it is +1 it will go in forward direction, if it is -1 it will go in negative direction, reverse direction, from right to left. This is what a slicing is. So this is the list slicing. Okay.